बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। सो आज के लेक्चर में हम वहीं से आगे अपना सिलसिला लेके चलेंगे जहां पे हमने प्रीवियस लेक्चर के अंदर रुके थे, एंड वी वर डिस्कसिंग द डिग्री ऑफ कार्डिनैलिटी। ओके, डू यू रिमेंबर दैट? व्हाट वाज दैट? व्हाट वाज दैट? यस, degree of cardinality, sorry, degree of relationship tells us the number of participating entities in a relationship, and based upon that number, the degrees are unary degree. Okay, we can have a unary degree relationship, or we can have a binary degree relationship, or we can have a ternary degree relationship, or we can have an n-ary degree relationship, which is a relationship in which more than 3 entity types are participating at the same time. So is there any confusion? Is this concept clear to everyone? Okay. So today we are going to learn a new concept, which is cardinality of relationships. As I told you, so just I'm going to revise that thing, and that was that in database systems, the concept of relationship and relation are two totally different things. So currently we are going to discuss cardinality of relationship. There is cardinality of relation as well, that we shall discuss inshallah when we shall be discussing the relations concept. Okay, basically cardinality of relationship tells us that what is the possibility on number of instances that can participate in a relationship. Okay, so based upon the maximum and minimum sides, we have a minimum and a maximum possibility. Okay, ये जो चीज है, this thing is not dependent upon some hard and fast rules that generally इस तरह होता है जी. Generally when there is such type of relationship, there should be such type of cardinality. It's not like that. Okay, this thing is again scenario dependent. This thing is decided by the requirement of the client organization for which we are designing the database. इस चीज को समझाने के लिए I'll take one example and I'll try to fit all of the possibilities of cardinalities on the same example, just to let you know that this thing is scenario and organizational process dependent. So there are two types of cardinalities, as I told you. One is the maximum, while other is the minimum cardinality. So first of all, we are going to discuss the maximum cardinality. Maximum cardinality of a relationship. Okay, keep in mind that this cardinality is of a relationship. So cardinality of a relationship is viewed from both sides of a relationship, because in a relationship there are two sides. Okay, if that's a binary relationship, which is the ideal relationship, so we shall try to understand this concept by keeping in mind the binary relationship. And as I told you, that whenever there is a relationship, that relationship is always between two instances or objects. Now if they belong to the same entity type, the relationship would be a unary degree relationship, and if they belong to two different entity types, the relationship would be a binary relationship. So the ideal relationship is a relationship between two, which is a binary relationship. So whenever we try to model this cardinality, the maximum cardinality, we shall try to model that from both sides of the relationship. Okay, so starting from the one side, we shall see that from one side, what is the maximum possibility, that how many maximum instances from the other side can be related to one instance from this side. Okay, and then we shall check cardinality from the other side, that from that side, how many instances of this side can have a relationship with one instance from the other side. And both the sides, considering both the sides, the overall maximum cardinality is decided. So there are three total possibilities in maximum cardinality. The first possibility is 1 to 1. The second possibility is 1 to many. And the third possibility is a many to many maximum cardinality. So let us try to understand all of these three maximum cardinalities with the help of a relationships example. Okay. So let us take example of a relationship which is between a student and, for example, university card. Okay, the card, your personal ID card that is issued to you. Okay, it's a binary degree relationship. Okay, so first of all, whenever we try to model or we try to detect the maximum cardinality, as I told you, that we start from one side and then we repeat that from the other side. So from this side, we shall check that what is the possibility, that how many maximum instances of this side can be related with one instance from this side. Okay, so let's take an example. For example, there is a student whose name is XYZ and a card is issued to him. Okay, and the card number that is issued to him is, for example, 001. So we have made an entry into the database. Okay, that this student XYZ has a relationship instance with this card 001. Now, for example, let's take the example of our campus. For example, in our campus, once a card is issued to someone, a new card is never issued to him. For example, this is the case. Okay, once you have been issued with the card, you will not be issued with a new card. This is, for example, the organizational process. For example, it is an SOP of this institution. Then once a card number is issued to someone, a new card is either never issued, or if a new card is even issued, the old record is not stored. Okay, the old record, for example, a new card 002 is issued to XYZ, for example. Now the organizational process is that this record, this relationship would be broken. Okay, and this would be overwritten. Now this makes this limit that there is a possibility of only one instance relationship with this side's instance. Okay, if we generalize this thing, the overall possibility is that a student's instance can never be related with more than one card's instances. So from this side, the cardinality is 1 to 1. Okay, this is 1 to 1 because one instance from this side maximum can have one instance from the other side. Now we shall check the cardinality from the other side. Okay, one card number that has been issued to a student, can that be issued to another student? This is the question that is to be answered, and its answer is not yes or no. Okay, its answer is that this thing is dependent upon the process. Let's assume that in our campus, once a card is issued to someone, that is never ever issued to anyone else. Okay, it means that this 002 can never be related with another student other than XYZ. So from this side, the relationship is again 1 to 1, which means that one instance from this side can be related to maximum one instance from the other side. So now let us generalize the cardinality of this relationship, because it's a 1 to 1 cardinality from both the sides. So the overall cardinality is 1 to 1. 1 to 1 cardinality, maximum cardinality, means that from both the sides the maximum cardinality is 1 to 1, which means that from both the sides, one instance can be related to maximum one instance from the other side. I believe that you have got the concept. Okay, if there is anything that is unclear, we can discuss that later on. Okay. Okay, the second possibility or the second cardinality is one to many. Okay, so let us try to understand that concept. And we shall try to change the scenario and we shall try to model that change scenario on this example. Okay, let's assume that our campus has changed the process. And now the change process is that once a card is issued to a student, for example, XYZ was issued a card 001, and for example, the card is lost or stolen, okay, a new card is issued to the student. And in case of issuance of a new card, the old data is kept, okay, that is not changed. Rather, a new entry is made in relationship instance. Okay, so for example, now 002 has been issued to XYZ. So a new relationship instance has been created showing that XYZ has two cards. One is 001 and the other is 002. Okay, which one is old and which one is new, that is something else that can be decided. The point is that there is a possibility that one instance of student can be linked to more than one instances from this side because of the change of process that we have just discussed. So now we shall view the relationship from the other side. From this side, for example, the scenario is the same, that once a card is issued to someone, that is never ever issued to anyone else. So from this side, the cardinality is 1 to 1, which means that one instance of university card can be related to maximum one student's instance. So the cardinality, that is 1 to 1 from one, while 1 to many from the other side, is overall a 1 to many cardinality. Okay, a cardinality that is 1 to 1 from one side and 1 to many from the other side is a 1 to many cardinality. And we need to specify that which side is many. And there are so many notations that are used to represent this thing. For example, we can write one and many. This is one notation. We can write one and steric. This is another notation. Okay, another notation is known as crow feet notation, that is widely used, and that is writing one here and using this notation here. So this notation shows that this side is a many side while this side is a one side. समझ रहे हैं? कोई confusion तो नहीं है इसके अंदर? Everything is clear? Great. Now let's assume the process is further changed. Okay, we have changed the process further because of any reason. Okay, and now you are not issued with a permanent card. Okay, okay, you are not assigned with a permanent, you are not issued with a permanent card. Okay, rather, whenever you enter campus, you are given a card and an entry is made in the database that student XYZ has been assigned with this card. Okay, and when you go back, you return that card. Okay, next morning you may be issued with a new card. Okay, and the card that was issued to you the previous day, maybe that card is issued to a new student the next day. Okay, so from this side, for example, XYZ has been issued a card 001 and a student ABC has been issued a card 002. Okay, and for example, the next day, XYZ has been issued this 002 and ABC has been issued 001. Okay, now if you see from this side, there is a possibility that one instance of this side can be related to more than one instances from the other